Right, hello everyone. Can we all hear me? If you can hear me, please put Y in the chat that you can hear me so I know I am talking. Right, I think I am live. Right, is anyone there? Please put Y in the chat if you can hear me. Right, yes, right, people can hear me. Fantastic. There is such a delay on this. It's really hard to tell when I'm actually live or not. I don't know why there's such a delay. I need to figure this all out again. I'm having an absolute nightmare trying to get this all sorted. So right now it says no one's watching me, but you guys have just messaged in the chat, so there is people watching. I just can't tell how many there is. I must be doing something wrong. Do not know what I'm doing wrong. I'm having a problem with this stream and stuff. I'm using a software called OBS, and that's basically one of the live streaming. Well, it's what streamers use to live stream. And I wanted to put like graphics overlays and have a timer for this watch along, and it's actually a lot more work than I thought, and it's going to take a lot of hours for me to figure out and get my head around it and then customize it and make it look really good. See, now I've just had the people, well, a number of people who are watching me right now. Why has it taken 2 minutes into a live stream for that to appear? I need to speak to someone. I'm going to have to speak to someone. Tom. Tom Deji. I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to message him and ask him. He is the professional in all this. I'm going to have to just figure out why there's a problem. Yeah, that's what I'm going to need to do. Why is there a problem? Why is this not obvious and clear? But anyway, we are going to be watching the Hull City versus Plymouth game. Technology, yes, I would love to use the words you've just used, David, but unfortunately, I do not want to get banned on YouTube. And my channel at the moment, because of the lack of swearing, is doing quite well. So, but I do feel the pain. I'm just not. I am tech savvy, but in my own pace and within my own time. But when it comes to anything brand new, I just don't have the patience for it. I'm the final product type of guy. Tell me a time and place and I will arrive and just turn up and do what I need to do. But when it comes to setting it up, graphics, editing, I am not the best. I know the basics, and I like to think the basic aspects of everything I do in my life is okay. But anything more advanced, nope, not really good at all. But anyway, in 8 minutes' time, we are going to be watching the Hull versus Plymouth game. I did want to put like a timer, some graphics over the top, but it's not going to happen for this one. So this is going to be the most amateur live stream going. It's going to be me pretty much watching my monitor and watching the game and basically talking you guys through it, but also answering any questions you guys put in the live chat this evening. And hopefully the result tonight is a good one for Luton. That's why I decided to watch it, because this game does impact the Luton game. We do not. I don't think we need a win for both teams. If Plymouth win, it gives them motivation. It also, I think they go above us in the Championship table. Hull go 3 points further than us in the table, so we don't want that to happen. So I think a draw would be a good result for Luton. Hull would still be catchable. Plymouth would still be below us in the league. So I think a draw would be an ideal result. If I had to pick a winner and someone had to win, then I would say Plymouth, because I think on paper they don't have the squad. So I think as long as the people above us in the Championship don't increase that gap, that I think is the main thing. David, you put, no need to be sorry, you have made a great effort to do this. A draw would be useful. Mick has put, a boring 0-0 would be great. Yeah, I would happily take a 0-0. I know this is a watch along, so an entertaining 0-0 would be great, so I'm not boring you for about 2 hours. I've got my drink ready. I don't even know how I'm going to take a break because I've not sorted like a graphic that says be right back. So you might be looking at my scarves, which have just recently been displayed on my wall, as you can see behind me. All the scarves at the moment, you've got 2 Luton ones, and then you've got other foreign ones here. Got Borussia Dortmund, Verona, no, Sporting, yeah, Sporting, no, can't do it. Sporting. It's so hard because I know where it's placed on the wall, but my webcam's flipped, so I've got to point the other way. So yeah, you've got Sporting, Inter, AC Milan. I'm going to add 3 more scarves. The reason why I've got those scarves is because I've been to these grounds. I've actually watched these teams play live. And then, as you can see, if I point correctly, no, there. It's my frames. I'm going to put frames all up against that wall. I'm not really good at that. But yeah, slowly this backdrop is going to get better and it's going to look a lot more sporty. And yeah, hopefully, I'll start looking more professional, but it's not going well. It really isn't going well. But the scarves are basically there to showcase the games I've been to, the countries I've been to watch live football. I've got to add 3 more. I've got to add Roma, which is the t-shirt which I'm wearing right now. I actually went and watched Roma play in the Conference League when I went to Italy. I've watched 4 teams. Well, actually, no, I haven't. I've watched Inter Milan, AC Milan, Monza, Verona and Roma. So I've watched 5 teams play in Italy. Italy's fantastic for football. I love it. So cheap. You can easily get tickets as well. So I need to add a Monza and Roma scarf to my backdrop. I also need to add a New York Red Bulls because I did watch them play this time last year in America. And I also need to add a Benfica scarf because I've also been to the Benfica Stadium. So a couple more to add, and hopefully in my lifetime I get to go to a couple more foreign stadiums. I want to go to Ajax. That's definitely one I need to tick off. I want to go and watch PSG play. That's probably the only reason why I want to go to Paris, is to watch PSG. And then Spain, I want to tick off a couple over in Spain as well. So apparently my audio is very low. Is it very low? You're watching it on your phone. Hopefully it's not low. According to my mixer, my audio mixer here, I'm actually it's in the good range. So if I am quiet, I'll sit closer to the mic. I need to get a mic. That is next on my list. I have actually ordered a new camera which will include a mic, lighting, tripod, everything. So hopefully I will start looking a lot more professional. But Danny, you've said the audio is okay. Well, it's good for you, so fantastic there. Anyone else having an issue with audio? Do I sound and am I loud? Am I all good? Mick's put a thumbs up. Okay, fantastic. Just shout me if there's any problems. But both teams are out now on the pitch. Hoping it just stays as a 0-0. Yes, hopefully it does stay as a draw. Hull versus Plymouth. Hull, a team that struggle to score goals. They've got the worst home record in the Championship. Whereas with Plymouth, they've got the worst away record in the Championship. What could go wrong in this game? Imagine it being an absolute, goal-scoring occasion. That would be nice. But yeah, let me know your score predictions in the chat. Okay, everyone else is saying my audio is fine. So, the guy who says my sound is very low, double check that you've got your volume up. Danny's put, have you been to the Classic Football Shirts? I have been in the past. That's based in Manchester. I have been on 2 occasions because I used to live in Preston, so that was next to, well, it's only 40 minutes down the road from Manchester. So I have been on a couple occasions to the classic football shirt shop. I think they've got one in London. I'm not too sure. Need to have a look at that because I wouldn't mind going back in again. Manchester is blue. Has said, is Carl Joseph playing? Let's have a look. I actually haven't had a look at the teams. This is how unprofessional I am. Hopefully you've not come and watched a professional streamer because I'm far from that. I am the most average football fan that just knows how to do basic things. So lineups. Let's have a look. So Joseph is playing, and according to Flash Score, he's playing out on the right hand side. Now he can play there, but for me, he's a striker. That's where he will cause the most problems. Hull have got Kamara in the midfield, and now they're putting their other striker, the one they've got on loan from Leeds, playing out on the left hand side. Gelhardt. I don't know why he's playing left wing. They've got Coyle right back, Jones as the centre back, Hughes as well, McLaughlin as playing left back, and then Plymouth. Let's have a look at them. See, Plymouth, I don't even recognise half of their squad, but they've got the same three centre-halves, the same three physical centre-halves that caused all sorts of problems against Luton, that defended extremely well. And they did a good job, to be fair, against Man City for 45 minutes until Man City got the second goal. Hazard's playing in goal as expected. I don't know what to expect. Hopefully there is plenty of goals in this just to keep the live stream entertaining, but also making sure it does remain as a draw. David has put Hull City to win 2-1. Mick has put don't want that outcome. Danny has put I have been to the London shop, brought a Roma, Napoli and Juventus kit. Nice, Danny. So there is one in London. That would be good. I might just drop that to my girlfriend and go, right, we need to go to London because I want to go to the classic football shop and see what she says. But anyway, the game has now kicked off. I am watching this on a live stream, so I might be delayed in... Well, you guys might get a notification of Hull or Plymouth scoring a goal, and I won't find out until I've seen it on the live stream. As there of course would be a delay. Would you be happy if you signed the Hull goalkeeper? Who is the Hull goalkeeper? I need to have a look. I haven't noted. He hasn't for me been I haven't picked up on him. Let me have a look. Is it Ivor Pandor? Is that how you pronounce his name? He's a Croatian goalkeeper. Used to play for Verona. Don't know how good of a season has he got. Has he had how many clean sheets has he got? I've got to go on these football apps just to find out all these stats. I should see. Look, this is going to be the most basic live stream going, not professional at all. And yeah, I should next time I will have like stats all prepared like a commentator would and everything like that. But today I've just not been feeling good, if I'm being honest with you. I wanted to do a main channel video and it didn't go out today. But I knew I was live streaming, so I knew I was doing some bit of content this evening. But yeah, the Ivor Pandor, I'm awful with names. The Hull City goalkeeper has had 4 clean sheets, he's saved 2 penalties, and he's played 32 games. His stats is a 6.8 on FotMob, that's not too bad. He's in the green in a lot of stats, so... He looks good at claiming from crosses. He acts as a sweeper keeper. Doesn't look too bad. But anyway, Plymouth do have a long throw in the attacking half. Can't even speak. Who are we Let's see. Can't speak. Who are we voting? I can't even get my words out. Who are we cheering on for? We are cheering on for a draw. We do not want a good result for either side because it will impact Luton in the Championship, and we want to be at least within catchable distance to the teams above us so we can actually try and stay up in the Championship. So yeah, we do not want either side to get a result, but hey. Well, opening 3 minutes here though. Plymouth are piling on the pressure. Be interesting to see what Plymouth's game plan would be in this, because I would imagine they've got a lot of confidence from the Man City game. I know they lost against Man City, but for a large portion of the game, for 50% of the game, they were at least level with them and put in a decent performance. So that would give them some confidence that they can push on in the league and get more results. And the opening 5 minutes here, they have been piling on the pressure. But however, a loose ball has gone to the Hull City attacker, but it has been cleared away. Easy for the Plymouth defence. But yeah, hopefully an entertaining game. Would help if I actually could pronounce half the team's names. Well, half the team's names, half the players' names. But a free kick to Hull in a very dangerous position. Don't know how that foul came about. I was too busy drinking. Here's the replay. Oh, that's stupid. The Plymouth defender's just gone right through. I think it's Pedro. Yeah, number 12, Pedro. Went straight through Pedro. Don't know why, but Hull have got a very dangerous free kick in a really good position. Danny's found a Luton matchday scarf at his workplace from Luton versus Norwich in 1989. Didn't realise they had a matchday scarf for certain games during the 80s. Imagine if if you bought a scarf every single game for whatever match it was. I disagree with half and half scarves. You will not see a half and half scarf behind me ever. 100% not. But there is a free kick to Hull. I would say, God, pretty much just outside the box, really. Really good free kick range to get the ball up and over. The shot goes in, hits the wall, goes out for a corner for Hull. Hull are now piling on the pressure. I think if you're a Hull City fan, you would be looking at this thinking, if you've got any desire to stay up in the Championship this season, you've got to win this game. But Ruben Sellers is, for me, a top manager, and I do think he can sort out Hull. Even if they was to get relegated, I actually don't think Hull will get relegated. They are a side that know how to create opportunities. They just need to figure out a way to be clinical and get goals going. But a corner comes in at the near post, gets cleared away by Plymouth, and Hull look to pile on the pressure even more so. I'm expecting this game to be Hull to kind of like dominate it, control the game, and then Plymouth just to counter-attack, and then when they get into the attacking half, just pile on the pressure, put a load of crosses into the box, be really dangerous from set pieces, a bit what they were doing against Luton, and then be really deadly. Oh, here's a message from Tom. Here we go. See, I was asking Tom, if you don't know, I'm speaking to Tom Deji at the moment about streaming, because he is a much more professional streamer than me. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, make sure you do. But yeah, he does a lot of gaming aspects, so I was asking him a few questions on the old streaming. Right, interesting. Blitz has put, we badly need these two to draw tonight, 100%. Oh, and here we go. Here's the first lag of the stream. I'm going to have to keep refreshing this, I think. Oh, it's back. It's working now. It's so frustrating. This game is on Sky Sports Plus. I've got a Sky account, by the way. But because I don't have a Sky box here, if I want to watch this game on my computer, you can't. Despite having a Sky account, it's so frustrating. But if I had a Sky stream box, you can then watch this game through the red button on the controller. But despite having a Sky account, you can't watch it. So the only game that I can watch that is on Sky Sports Plus is the game which Sky have picked for that channel, which then would be no lag. There won't be any delay in the stream. It'd be pretty much bang on. But all the other games, because there's so many games on tonight, I could have watched Champions League. No, we're not watching Champions League. I could have watched the other Championship games, which have been selected for the main channels on Sky. Not watching that. We're watching Hull v Plymouth, because we need to know what happens in this game, and hopefully a positive result for Luton out of it. We do not want either side to win, and if you have to pick one, it would probably be Plymouth, because Plymouth are just below us in the table, but you don't want the teams above us to extend that gap. So yeah, Mick has put Hull are 60% on for the win. I can imagine that being correct, to be fair. They are the home side. Plymouth have the worst away record in the Championship. I swear the ball's just hit the referee there, and I swear he's meant to stop play. But anyway, Plymouth piling on the pressure. Plymouth being a lot more attacking in this game. They're definitely trying to take advantage of being in their attacking half, moving the ball quickly. The one thing for sure is since the new boss has arrived at the football club, they do look a lot more organised. There's a lot more communication at the back. The defence is pretty much changed completely, if I'm being honest with you. Right, I've got a comment here saying it's really hard to get tickets. Me and my uncle are big fans from Bulgaria, and I was thinking about getting us tickets and visiting. To be fair, recently it's actually been a lot more easier to get tickets to Luton games because we've not been selling out. There were empty seats against Portsmouth. There were empty seats all around the stadium. So when Luton are performing badly, it's probably a lot easier to get tickets, if I'm being honest with you. But also, if you are travelling from overseas, contact the football club and they might be able to guarantee you a ticket. So that's my recommendation, is always to contact the football club, see what they say, and they might be able to guarantee you one, because throughout the season it hasn't been sellouts all season. Ed has put for this game it needs to be 0-0. Fingers crossed it can stay 0-0, if I'm being honest with you. Just hopefully it's a little bit entertaining. Danny has put the Plymouth goalkeeper Hazard is a decent Championship goalkeeper. We like him at Luton. The goalkeeper department definitely needs looking at in the summer, I have to admit. We've got 3 senior goalkeepers over the age of 30 years old. I would ideally like only 2 senior goalkeepers, and then the third choice keeper being like an under 21, under 23 type of goalkeeper. Up and coming, one for the future. But yeah, it definitely needs looking at, because if you've got more senior players in your team, wages wise, that would be costing you quite a lot, because an under 21-year-old goalkeeper is going to cost a lot less than a 33-year-old goalkeeper, that's for sure. Mick has put 15% for Plymouth to win tonight. Oh, great cross going in to the 6-yard box. The play is still live. Cross goes back into the box. Free header by the... I don't know his name. I can't really tell. The stream is proper blurry, so I'm kind of like half guessing here. But great ball into the box. Free header by, I think, Hull's number 20. Has a fantastic header, but he couldn't get it goalwards. I think it just glances off him. Yeah, no one picks him up. Great run into the box. Should do better there. Yeah, 20. Number 20 for Hull. Peretta. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He had the chance there. Matthew has put, hi Lewis, just joined. How's the game looking? To be fair, Hull piling on the pressure. They're the ones been dominating possession, but Plymouth have looked a lot more proactive going forward against us in our game. They were they weren't reluctant to go forward. But they have been piling on the pressure when they've sensed the danger and it's the right time to go. They have been going, and they've been putting some crosses into the box and some long throws into the box as well. But they've been very organised at the back. 15 minutes gone, not really as a big, only one half chance really in this game. Aidan has put Plymouth to try and get a draw. Jelly Belly has put rooms looking good, Lewis. Did you sort the plastering out in your old place? Yeah, that was quite funny actually. The wall filler. Okay, if people didn't know, this is a story for anyone who's new in the chat. In my last stream, I mentioned how I needed to leave because I needed to go back home to my old place because I used to live with my parents, and basically sort out the wall, because that frame there, which you can see, when I was taking all the frames off in my old videos backgrounds, it took part of the wall out, so I needed to put wall filler into the wall and then sand it down and then repaint. The issue was though, the wall filler took about 2 hours to yeah, it took about 2 hours to like dry, for me to then sand over and then to paint. Took forever, but I eventually did it. It was a very amateur job, definitely not a professional one, but it pleased my mum, and that's the most important thing. Ben has commented in the chat, "Hey Lewis, have a great night, buddy. Good luck." Thank you, Ben. Ben is a member, and he has been a member on my channel for about 8 months now. Much appreciated, Ben. But thank you. I've got Steve has put, I put a tenner on a draw. I get £39 back if it comes in. This match has draw written all over it, in my opinion. It kind of does, Steve, if I'm being honest with you. Hopefully it can stay as a draw. Ed has put, who honestly here thinks we will stay up? Well, if we beat the teams around us, that would be a perfect start. Evening, Lewis. Evening to you as well. I'm all over the place this evening. I really have, my energy levels are all over the place, and this light is really getting on my nerves. I might have to just change it. Actually, that looks alright. Actually, I'll do that. I've got like a makeshift like light coming in at me, just so I don't keep going in and out of focus, and the stream can stay as clean as possible. Danny has put, who are your favourite non-Luton players? Oh, good question. Who are my favourite non-Luton players? Are we talking like Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, overseas players? Narrow it down for me, Danny. Aidan has put, is this the game Luton should be worried? No, I don't think so. I think regardless of what happens in this game, there's still 11 more games left to play. So we're still in control. It's not, the gap's not massively, away from us. We can still do it. We just got to win our games of football. Have I missed a question? No. Jelly Belly has put, problem is we need to win regular games. One win isn't going to change that. And that's exactly it. One win is not going to change it. We need to beat the teams around us. Of course, we've got Burnley on, this Saturday, but then the game midweek against Cardiff, that's the game where, if we go to Cardiff and beat them, that's putting a statement in. That's putting, some proper intent that we can stay up in the Championship this season. When you beat the teams around you in the Championship, you're showing intent. If you don't, then that's when the question marks come back out again, and that's when fans get angry and frustrated because we don't look like we can stay up in the Championship. Danny, you've put any league and era. To be fair, my favourite all-time player is Ronaldo, and the reason why I say Ronaldo, and I mean CR7, is because he went from being a flashy winger to one of the greatest players ever to play football, and for that, just his work rate, his determination. I don't think he was the most gifted. Of course, he had some gift about him, and Messi's the most gifted footballer we've ever seen. But Ronaldo, to get to Messi's level, was just outstanding. And considering he doesn't have that gifted talent which Messi has got, is something. So Ronaldo is definitely my favourite of all time. Wayne Rooney as well was one of my favourites. I do love Mo Salah. I remember back at school, I say school, when I was doing my A-levels at school, there was a debate who was a better player, Salah or Hazard. And I kept saying to people, Salah is better than Hazard. But people kept saying to me, no, Lewis, you're deluded. But look at what Salah's doing, and look how many years he's been doing it for. It's amazing, and he's got easily another 2 to 3 years left in him at producing the same quality he's doing in the Premier League. And I find it absolutely crazy that Liverpool have allowed him to go on his final 6 months on his contract. Kevin De Bruyne, at one point, I found him being one of the greatest Premier League players at one point, because he was honestly one of the best players in the Premier League. If he could stay injury free, he would have done even better. I reckon he would have broken records, but his body is too damaged. He needs to, I think, leave the Premier League now and go to a league that isn't as physically demanding on his body, to be fair. Ed has put, is Leeds at home a free hit? I don't know. I really do. It depends at what point, because you think Leeds is the 5th game in our next, it's our 5th match in the next 5. So that game, it all depends where we are in the league. If we're still in conversation of staying up, then I say it's an opportunity rather than a free hit. I know it's difficult thinking that we can beat a side that's top of the Championship, but that's what the Championship is all about. The score is currently 0-0. Sorry, I've been just talking away. This is the most amateur stream. I will keep saying it. The most amateur stream going. It's not professional. Soon I will have graphics and a timer and everything else. I need to proper look at it. It just takes me hours to go through it all. But yeah. Danny, you've put, I have the same birthday as your channel. What? It's your birthday the same day I started the channel? I started following Luton when they got in the Premier League, and when they went down, I was like, okay, now I'm going to watch some wins. But damn, to be fair, we all thought we were going to be winning a lot more games this season. But this isn't the first time that we've had a season like this, and it certainly won't be the last season. Yeah, definitely won't be the last season. Is this all you live about? I don't understand what you're saying. Jelly Belly has put, Luton are the champions, Leeds are going down, the football first division is the wrong way round. If only. 20 minutes have gone, 0-0 between Hull and Plymouth. Both teams, it's been pretty much, this game has been both teams struggling to retain possession, and it's like they're going forward, but nothing's really quite happening. But if Hull City keep going long, which they have done a couple of times, the Plymouth defenders are going to love this, because they want that physical battle. Hull's best... Oh, great play from the Hull City right attacker. What a good run that is. Oh, and it's a corner to Hull City. Oh, what's his name? That was an unbelievable bit of skill. Let the ball go. Beat the Plymouth left back. Is it number 44? Yes, it is. Number 44 for Hull. Unbelievable run down on the right-hand side. Nearly created an opening for Hull, but great defending by the Plymouth defenders. Ed has put... Before I get... Oh. Ed has put, would Nathan Jones ever be welcomed back as a coach at Luton? I think his time is done at Luton. I do think I would take him back in a particular role. Oh, what a great ball into the box that was. That was a dangerous ball on that corner. That same run in which the Hull City player went on, the resulting corner from it, it was a dangerous whipped-in ball, whipped in with real good pace across the 6-yard box. Hazard kind of jumps at it. He misses it, but then Plymouth managed to defend it. I think it is another corner, but a fantastic delivery. All it needed was a touch, and then it would have been a goal for Hull City, that's for sure. I have a goal in the Burnley game. It's currently 1-0 to Burnley. Shall I actually read out some scores? Where is my phone? Oh, my stream's lagging again. Not good. Right, let's have a look at the scores while my stream wakes up. So, should we do Champions League? Let's do some Champions League. Do Champions League, and then we'll do some, we'll do some EFL ones. Broski Boys has put, is that all you dream about, Plymouth? I don't dream about Plymouth, mate. So, Club Brugge got lost 3-1 against Aston Villa. Leon Bailey, Asensio, he scored again, has he? He's been on fire for Aston Villa. And then an own goal as well. So they're winning, they won 3-1. Real Madrid are beating Atletico Madrid 1-0. Rodrigo got the goal there. In the Championship, oh, what a great ball. Oh, that's the first big chance of the game. A ball was whipped into the box there. So I don't know who was on the back post, but the Hull City player who was on the back post, he hits it first time. Great save by Hazard. Hull still have possession of the ball, trying to work the ball back into the box. Whipped in ball in, and The whole play gets it Joseph. He heads home, but easy save for the whole. No, easy save for the Plymouth goalkeeper. So, as I was saying, I was reading out scores, wasn't I? So Burnley are winning 1-0 away against Cardiff. That goes in our favour because we don't need Cardiff to win. Josh Brownhill got the goal there. That's the only goal in the Championship at the moment. In League One, Birmingham are beating Bolton 1-0 away from home. Charlton are winning 1-0 at home against Barnsley. Charlton are in such great form at the moment. I think they're the most informed team in the league at the moment. No, they're the second most informed team in the league. Their home record as well is very good. They're winning 1-0 there. Lincoln are winning 2-1 at home. Not many goals in League One considering how many games there are. In League Two, 1-0. Well, Bromley are winning 1-0. Carlisle are drawing 1-1 against Walsall, who are top of the league. Who are top of League Two. Carlisle are right down the bottom of League Two. They are 24th, so that would be a good result for them if they can get some points. Fleetwood are winning 1-0 away against Crewe. Tranmere are winning 1-0 away against Grimsby. Morecambe are winning 1-0 at home. Newport are winning 1-0 at home against Gillingham. Barrow are winning away from home against Notts County 1-0. Swindon are also beating Salford 1-0 at home. So those are the football scores in the EFL and the Championship. 25 minutes has gone here in this game between Hull and Plymouth. Hull are putting another good ball into the box, but Plymouth, I think this is what they want. They want Hull to keep putting crosses into the box because they've got three centre-halves who love heading the ball. So they're just going to keep clearing it with their head. They're going to keep defending extremely well. And I think the one way to get through this Plymouth team is to move the ball quickly and makes loads of runs into the box rather than crossing it in. Try and play through the middle of it because you can keep putting crosses into the box, but I think this is what the Plymouth players really want. But saying that, against Man City, that's how they did concede their goals. So maybe Hull think it's worth just keep attacking this way. Even Horvath is in goal for Cardiff. He's gone back into the side. He spent large parts of the season not in the team, to be fair. Oh, my drink's in the way. I was talking about Nathan Jones, wasn't I? Before I started talking about the results. Yeah, so regards to Nathan Jones, I would take him back. I think his time as manager is done, if I'm being honest with you, but I wouldn't mind, maybe one day, if we talk about like director of football or being part of the recruitment team, because he was amazing in finding a good player. He knew how to get a really good player through the door. Phil was put, I've been a Luton supporter since 1988, more ups and downs than a sailing boat, love the town. Phil, have you got the 1988 top from the year, I guess from the year you first started? I've got the 1988 Littlewoods Cup Final retro top. That's in my wardrobe at this moment. I've worn it a couple of times on videos, to be fair. Mick has put, I won £25 when we beat Arsenal in the Littlewoods Cup. Nice. Danny's put, found a Luton shirt at my workplace, home kit from the 2021 season and the away kit from the 18-19 season, but it was a triple extra large, so way too big for me. Danny, where do you work? Because I've noticed throughout the last 18 months, you keep finding Luton programs, you keep finding Luton tops. Where do you work, Danny? Tell everyone in the stream where you work. You don't have to, but yeah, I'd love to know how you're finding all this Luton stuff. Another long ball in by Plymouth. It's another long throw. Then I think, is it number 5? Plymouth's number 5's got a massive long throw in him, and I think this is the one way of Plymouth trying to attack. They're hoping to take full advantage of these moments. They win the ball again. They're trying to win that first flick on, and then obviously score the second. But they are piling on the pressure here, and they now got a corner in the 28th minute. Mick has put, there was a few, that was a few back then. Danny has put, I have a match programme from the 88 final, and my nan has a programme from the 1959 FA Cup final. Nice. Phil has put, I've got nothing left, mate, unfortunately. Only a picture of my brother and myself with the cup. Nice. I think you can still buy the retro top, to be fair, from that particular year. And Roberts put, I was at Wembley that sunny afternoon in 1988. You were 10 years old. I think my dad went to the game as well. My granddad took my dad to the game. You know, I can't wait for the moment we start beating teams like Arsenal. You know, like we used to back in the day. That'd be great. Ed has put the League Cup of '88 was probably the best ever final in its history. What a day. Andy Dibble, the hero that day. I've watched the highlights back so many times. But yeah, 3-2 against Arsenal. It's our only ever major trophy. And to be fair, I don't mind it. You know, League Cup, unfortunately we were banned, well, English clubs were banned playing in Europe, weren't they? So we could have had the opportunity to play in Europe, but didn't get that because of what happened with English fans fighting abroad. But yeah, didn't quite happen. So 30 minutes have gone in this Hull versus Plymouth game. Not really, only one real good chance, and that came by Hull. But apart from that, it was more of a half a chance, if anything. But yeah, it's just been a very, I would say it's been quite an end-to-end game, really. It's both teams trying to go at each other, trying to break each other down, but just lacks real quality in the final third. But you can imagine that's why both teams are where they are in the Championship. Danny has put, I'm an assistant manager at a charity shop, so you get a lot of Luton Town stuff in now and then. Fair play, Danny. Fair play. Well, I guess with it being a charity shop, you get it quite cheap as well. So I actually need to go to a charity shop and donate a lot of my clothes because when moving out, I have too many clothes. I think a goal's happened, and the reason why I think a goal's happened, not in this game, but in a different game, is because I live quite near a pub and they've just all celebrated. And the pub which I live near basically is a very Arsenal dominated pub. So I think Arsenal have scored or they were close to scoring. Okay, so at the moment it says 0-0 and Arsenal are playing away against PSV. So the pub pub near me is very busy. So, and I heard a massive roar. So if they do score and you hear loads of people cheering, it's because that's the pub which I live near. It can be quite loud, but the rent's very good. But anyway, 32 minutes have gone. Still 0-0. It's exactly how Luton fans want it. A 0-0 draw, I would like to think. But yeah, not really many chances to talk about. Just both teams trying to figure each other out still. Plymouth being the more defensive side, Hull controlling the play a lot more, pressuring Plymouth into making mistakes. But Plymouth, they're just loving the fact that they can go long, win cheap fouls, progress the ball up the pitch, try and get some long throws, try and get some corners, and try and score their goals that way and be a very physical, demanding side. But Hull, they've got a free kick in the attacking half. So it's about 40. Well, it's out on the right-hand side. They can put in it's a good opportunity for them to whip in a really good ball into the box. Danny, you've mentioned that Cody Drame is on the bench, which is quite surprising to be fair because he's been one of their better players this season, I would argue. But he's on the bench. Ball's whipped into the box. The Plymouth player does win the header, but can't really, direct it goalwards, and it goes out for a goal kick. Ed has put, our record at Turf Moor is better than playing Burnley at home. Is it? I did not know that. Jenny Belly has put, Arsenal are 1-0 up. Oh, did they go 1-0 up? See, I looked at Flash Score and it said that. Oh, yeah. So when I heard the massive cheer, it was because of that. Flash Score just took ages to update it. Yeah, so I heard a massive cheer because I live near the pub and it is Arsenal dominated. So, yeah, they've gone 1-0 up away against PSV. I'll definitely hear them again if they do score a second goal, that's for sure. I can't remember who they played the other day. I know Manchester United were against Fulham on the weekend, and everyone was just laughing at Manchester United. You can all hear the laughter when Fulham scored the goal, and also when Fulham won the penalty shootout. But yeah, still 0-0 in the game. Ed has put withdrawn 1-1 on our last 2 trips there. I remember Dan Potts scoring was that during our promotion winning season? I remember Dan Potts scoring at Burnley. And I 100% would take a draw against Burnley this Saturday. I'll happily take a 0-0. Get back-to-back clean sheets. Fantastic that would be. 100%. Burnley love a clean sheet. Burnley have to attack us. This is the interesting thing. I don't mind playing Burnley away, because Burnley at home, they've got to come at us. We don't necessarily have to attack Burnley. Now I know we are desperate for wins, but what I would do is just counter-attack Burnley. Ollie, I know I can't get the overlays. I just can't do it. I need to spend a couple of hours tomorrow figuring it all out. I've not been good today. It's mentally I've been all over the place. Don't know why. Energy's just low. I don't know if I knackered myself too much at the gym, but when I came back from the gym, I was just like, I can't be bothered to do anything. And then I wanted to play Football Manager, and then I had a great hour playing Football Manager, and then I was like, right, I suppose I should look at some streaming stuff. Spent a couple of hours doing that, and then I couldn't really generate any overlays or anything. So I've got a blank stream. You all get to see my lovely face, which is the main thing. You can all hear me. You can all see me. Yeah, so yeah, this is what you're going to get from now. I'm the most unprofessional person, and that's how it goes. But anyway, Hull put in a long throw into the box themselves. Gets cleared out. Still 0-0. I'll happily take this. I don't mind this. Jelly Belly has put you need soundproofing, Lewis. This is all my soundproofing. This is my acoustic panels. So, but I need a mic. That's what it is. I do need a mic. Broski Boys has put, what do you think the score is going to be for this game? I hope it can just stay 0-0, if I'm being honest with you. I've missed a comment by Phil. Phil says, I was born in North London, moved to Luton in 1983, watched the game with my older cousin, who is an Arsenal fan, because I lived in Luton. I got a few digs, gladly, as from that day, I became a Luton fan. Lovely, Mick. Lovely, Phil. Mick has also commented. But yeah, I do like hearing people's stories about how they become a Luton fan. It was kind of came to me when I was born, if I'm being honest with you. Dad and my mum went, supporting Luton, that's it. We'll buy you Luton gear, we'll take you to the game. Happy days. And that's what I'm going to do with my child. I'm going to say to my child, you're going to support Luton. If you choose to support another club, I am not buying you a single thing from that football club. And I do not want to see a single bit of, I don't want to see a shirt, don't want to see a scarf, flag, nothing. Not having it. Not in my household. You support Luton. When you're 18 and you move out of the house, do whatever you want. But under my household, no. And that will force the child into making a decision. And the child will go, actually, I want to go and watch games of football. And then I'll take him to Luton. And then he will fall in love with the football club like I have done. Ollie has put nice scarves though. I like the scarves myself. All the clubs which I've seen live. Phil has put, Lewis, I run a professional studio if you need one in Luton. Ooh. I might take you up on that offer one day, Phil. I might take you. The thing is, though, I don't live in Luton. I live in Milton Keynes. I live in MK. So, yeah, I only ever go to Luton to watch us. Mick has put, what's a gym? Oh, Jelly Betty's put 2-0 Arsenal. See, I didn't hear the pub this time. Did not hear the pub cheer for that second goal, so they must have all quieted down now. I did like your comment, Mick. What's the gym? Daniel has put, great channel, Lewis. Thank you, Daniel. Much appreciated. Jelly Belly has put, think that's the only way we would get a result. Defend and counter. Adebayo hat-trick. Honestly, against Burnley, I would just... I'll counter-attack them. Danny's put, what if your kid supports Watford? Well, I think that's only one clear decision, Danny. I think I have to put him up for adoption. It's clearly not my child. Clearly, my girlfriend has done some cheating behind my back, because there's no way my DNA is going to support Watford. That's for sure, and I mean that. Michael has put, I just got here. What result would be? What result are we hoping for? We're hoping for a draw, Michael. We are hoping for, well, an entertaining 0-0. So I'm not boring you guys with the lack of chances, but there hasn't really been much chances. But you take it. It's a 0-0. 39 minutes have been played, and yeah, but only one real chance, and that has come from Hull. It's been a half chance, if that. Easy save for the Plymouth goalkeeper. Danny has put MK Dons losing 1-0. No surprise there. They are now managerless again. Don't know why they sacked their manager. I know that he wasn't on a good run of form, but he needed like a pre-season to like sort out their squad. Just like what Matt Bloomfield does. I'm convinced a pre-season he sorts some of us out. Well, I would like to think he would, and then he'd get rid of all the Deadwood within the squad. But yeah, it's been a average game so far. Mason has put McAtee has scored for Bolton. He scored another goal. I think that's his 15th goal of the season. He's having a great year at Bolton. He's one player which I actually wish we kept. I know we let him go, but I wish we kept him because he had a fantastic season for Barnsley, and he was ready. His next step would have been, what can he do in the Championship? He was, I would argue, a lot more ready than Joe Taylor was. Daniel has also put 2-0. Oh, is that a dive? That looked like a dive there. Oh, I was reading the comment and then I saw like a whole player just burst into the box. He cuts inside. I think it was Joseph, and he goes down. Referee doesn't point, doesn't give anything really, and then Plymouth have just regained possession. Yeah, so Daniel said Burnley are 2-0 up. Richard has put Defo, best day 0-0, and Lewis, I'm a big fan of your pod, and please never give up and you will make it to the top. Could you do a t-shirt of a logo of yours like Deji does? I'm not really an artistic person, Richard, mate. Like when it comes to merchandise, like my mum suggested this to me like years ago, honestly. And I was like to my mum, who's going to want to buy any merchandise from myself? The thing is, when I know I've got good numbers and when I know like I'm at a certain point and I've not made it, but when I'm doing this full time, I might consider doing merchandise, but I would only do merchandise on the basis of like, so I would create a company and I would do like artistic like merchandise. So nothing with like Lewis Williams on it because my name ain't gonna sell. Let's be honest, my name won't sell. So if I'm going to make merchandise, why don't I create a business aspect, and then it could be like a profitable business which anyone can buy, because I want to make something which any football fan would enjoy. Now I know there's loads of football brands out there, so it'd be about trying to be creative and try and generate ideas, but that's the sort of thing I would go down the line of, I think personally, rather than putting Lewis Williams on the top. Because realistically, for example, if I just change this to Lewis Williams, you're not going to really like that, are you? But yeah, I've missed a few comments. Robert has put, who are your Deadwood players? I can think of a few. We could be here all day, Robert. We could be here all day. Anderson has to be one. Tim Krul is another one. I would argue and say Hashi is. I don't know. Moses as well. Corley Woodrow. Unfortunately, Pelly is, despite being a club legend. Trying to think of other Deadwood players on top of my head. Baptiste, but we're not going to get rid of him anytime soon. Unfortunately, we have a lot of players that have been playing for us, but I can just see them going due to performance bases. My stream's lagged again in the 43rd minute. At half time, we'll read through some more scores. Jelly Belly has put, I lived in Hightown Road and supported Man U up until about 12. My brother-in-law chased me around the block and persuaded me to support Luton. Fair play to your brother-in-law. Fair play to him. I did, to be fair, growing up, I did like Manchester United because of Sir Alex Ferguson and the top players which they had in the team. When you've got like Rooney, Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Ronaldo, that era of Manchester United was just brilliant. And I did, and when you were seeing them win all the time on TV, it was kind of like, as a child, it was tough, watching them, well, growing up, watching them do really well. Because you wanted to support them, but then you have to realise, actually, Luton's your club, that's the team you should support. And to be fair, at the time as well, Luton were getting like back-to-back relegations and spending 5 years in non-league. So it was quite hard to enjoy watching Luton during that period of time, I have to admit, as a young person growing up. But at least I have been rewarded with all the games we lost during that period with the promotions which we've got so far. Mason has put Collins scored for Lincoln. He scored another goal for Lincoln. Wow, that's good. Broski Boys put I'm at the game. What are you at? Are you in the home end or are you in the away end? And you should be watching the game, not watching me. Richard has put lol, Watford child up for adoption. Lol. I would, if my child supports Watford, I would be putting it up for adoption. I'm joking, of course, but it won't be my child. Realistically, it won't be my child, and I will be questioning my girlfriend, and I will be asking for a DNA test. That's for sure. And Jelly Betty has put tough love. Exactly, tough love. Danny's put Taylor has got 1 goal for Huddersfield so far, but I think he's injured at the moment. He is. I think he picked up a hamstring injury, to be honest. He's been waiting, so long to start playing games for football, and he only. And when he eventually got that, he got injured quite quickly. Apparently, Cardiff have scored. Ed has put Taylor was a good lad, should never have been sold. I don't think he would have been sold under Matt Bloomfield. I think we would have kept him. Broski Boys has put we've scored. Broski Boy, where are you? What game are you watching and live? Are you at Cardiff game? Where are you? Richard has put my favourite player for Luton is Kingsley Black. Who is yours, Lewis, of all time so far? I guess I can see Makoso coming and being a fan favourite for some. My favourite Luton Town player of all time. The first Luton player I fell in love with was Andre Gray. And then he made me cry and then he left to go to Brentford. But that was expected. And then my second love was Pelly. And then my third love was Cameron McGeehan. I also loved Luke Guttridge, those types of players. That was like my favourite Luton team back then. But yeah, I'd say Andre Gray was my first proper, love of all time. And he's now playing, in Turkey, as Danny has said in the chat. George has put, good call on those Deadwood names. Happy clappers, love Hashi Shocker. You keep calling him Hashi Shocker, George. I think he's Deadwood on the basis of we're not playing him. That's why he's Deadwood. I think anyone, if you're not going to play a player, then they become Deadwood. And Mason's put Alan McCormack was a baller. Yes, he was. But yeah, back to Hashi. We're not playing him in his correct position. So what do we expect? Do we expect him to perform 10 out of 10 every week? No, he's not. And when he does play as a right wing back, he's doing really well. Wait, Broski Boys, you just said that Plymouth have scored. No, they haven't. I've been watching the game, mate. But yeah, back to Hashi. Yeah, he needs to play in his correct position. Otherwise, what's the there's no point playing him here anymore. There really isn't a point. Danny's put, I would buy your merch. Honestly, I wouldn't do merch. I would have to create a brand, basically, from scratch. But I would only do it when I've got enough interest. There's no point doing it for 5 or 6 people. You're just not going to make money off it. You're not going to make money off it. And that's, if you're going to put that time and effort into it, you want to do something like Deji. He's got thousands of followers. And he also has a massive gaming aspect. So yeah, he has he dictates all that. So when you've got so many thousands of followers, you can sell merch to those people. Right. Luton fans put best player for me is Ricky Hill. Ed has put his favourite Luton player of all time was Danny Wilson. Got stuck in an absolute workhouse. Marcus put favourite player was Dwight Marshall. You guys are all saying names which I've never heard of. Of course, I've heard Ricky Hill, so it just shows you that I've got the older generation watching in the chat, which is much appreciated. Mason has put, I hope Asgard gets on the ball more so we can get him scoring a lot of bangers for us. Danny's put, I miss Sheehan, so good at the back for us and scored some good free kicks. He's currently the caretaker manager at Swansea, I believe, right now. He's currently interim charge. And as we are at half time, and it's currently 0-0, and the result is going good for us, Broski boys, Plymouth haven't scored, mate. Stop lying in the chat. Just stop. Ash has put, got to be David Moss. Brian's put, David Priest, great player. Rich has put, what's your thoughts on Kevin Nichols? We needed him this season. See, David Nichols was just before my time, really. I was too young to really understand, well, got to really appreciate him as a player. Just shows you how young I am. I'm only 25, but yeah. I know of Nichols, and I know how good he was watching him on the highlight videos. So yeah. Nick has put, David Priest was a brilliant player for us too. Manchester is blue vaping has put, John McAtee has scored, former Luton player. Mason's put, Bradley and Pearson, one of my favourite partnerships in defence. Phil has put, I spent 3 days a couple of summers ago with Ricky Hill, he's sound, and showing him around the studio and community hub I run. Oh, that's quite good actually. So let me read out some of the EFL. Well, let's read out some of the scores at half time. So we do Champions League first. And Nick has put, Nichols was a proper hard-hitting player. Yeah, I've seen some of the challenges. I've seen some of the stuff he used to do. And like my dad always talks about him all the time. So yeah, let's talk about some of the scores then at half time. So Champions League. Aston Villa 1-3-1. Borussia Dortmund are winning 1-0 at home against Lille. Arsenal are winning 3-0 against PSV. And then Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid is currently 1-1. That's the Champions League results. Championship. Burnley are 2-1 away against Cardiff. Plymouth and Hull is 0-0, not one goal like the guy was suggesting in the chat. Millwall and Bristol City is 0-0, and Preston v Swansea is also 0-0. League One, Blackpool is 0-0 with Peterborough. Bolton is 1-1 with Birmingham, and we all know McAtee has scored. 0-0 between Cambridge and Stevenage. Charlton are 1-0 at home against Barnsley. Huddersfield are 0-0 with Wrexham. Lincoln are winning 3-1 at home against Crawley. Former Luton player James Collins got the goal there. Northampton are winning 1-0 at home against Stockport. Mansfield is 0-0 with managerless Wigan. Rotherham are drawing 0-0 at home against Leyton Orient. Is Pelly playing? Yes, Pelly is playing in a 3-man midfield for Rotherham. I think Pelly's played every single game so far for Rotherham since signing for the club. Yeah, he has. He's played the last 5 games. So that's Pelly. Shrewsbury are drawing 0-0 at home against Bristol Rovers. Reading is 0-0 against Exeter, and Wickham are winning 1-0 at home against Burton. League 2. Accrington are winning 2-0 at home against MK Dons. Bradford are winning 1-0 against Cheltenham. Bromley are 1-0 up against Doncaster. Carlisle are 1-1 with Walsall. Colchester is 0-0 against Chesterfield. Crewe are losing 2-0 at home against Fleetwood. Grimsby are still losing 1-0 at home against Tranmere. Morecambe are winning 1-0 against AFC Wimbledon. Newport is 3-0 at home against Gillingham. Notts County are losing 1-0 at home against Barrow. Port Vale and Harrogate is 0-0. Swindon is 1-1 against Salford. And Manchester is blue. Vaping has put, who scored for Carlisle? I'll tell you right now. Aaron Hayden scored for Carlisle. And that is 1-1 there. Right, I've missed a few comments actually. Manchester is blue. Vaping's put Lewis. I watched your live stream with the guy the other day. That guy is Ollie. I don't know if Ollie is still watching. He runs the OK Football channel. I was part of his live stream. They did a phone in. They do a phone in every Sunday evening for supporters. Well, any Luton fan that wants to phone in and talk about the game on a Sunday evening at 9 o'clock. I hopefully will be. Oh God, why do I have to have idiots in my chat? Right, you can go. Boom. Right, Danny, you're going to be a moderator for me. So any idiots in my live stream, boot them out. So let me put you as a moderator. I think you actually already are a moderator. Yeah, you are. Danny, if you spot any comments, as I know you're watching, please remove any stupid ones like the one I've just had, because I don't know why I've got an idiot in my chat. Someone has to ruin it, don't they? Right, where was I in my comments? Right, George has put David Moss was outstanding for a winger. Scott Oates, central midfielder, but come on, Mick Harford and Steve Foster were unbelievable. I feel for the younger Luton fans who messed out on these ballers. See, look, I only got to know of their reputation, not how good they were as a player, and I can only judge them off highlights. So that's unfair for me, really, because I can't, highlights don't really tell you everything. Mick has put after the stream it would be straight to bed, as it will be would be past my bedtime for us oldies. See, I'm waiting for my girlfriend to finish her work shift at the pub. The pub which I live near, she runs it, so I've got to wait for her to finish the close before going off to bed, otherwise she'll end up waking me up when she gets back in. Danny's put, should Ali or Bowler get more game time? I think Bowler is not going to play for Luton for the remaining of the season. I think, from my understanding, was we brought him in to play this wide attacking system, which Matt Bloomfield ideally wanted to play, but because the team isn't good enough to do it, we've had to move to the three at the back system. So I don't think Bowler will play unless we play him as a wing back. But Ali can play up top in a two-man striker partnership, so I do think we will see more of Ali. Best ever Luton players, Ross Barkley and Paul Walsh. I think for me, in my generation, Ross Barkley is the best Luton player I've ever seen live. And what a player he is. I don't think anyone matches his quality. And you saw what he did in the Premier League with us. Without him, I don't think we even achieved what we were trying to achieve. And yeah, imagine him in the Championship. What a player he could have been in the Championship. Let me go down. Right. Okay, right. I've missed a few comments. Mason's put, I support Luton because of my dad, and he's from Luton and went to a lot of games in the 80s and 90s, and I'm from Doncaster. I go to some of the games as well, been like 14 of the home games. Yeah, been to 14 of the home games. Mick has put Hartford and Foster should put themselves about. Great times. Mark has put, yes, Scott Oates was a quality player. John Hartson was as well. I actually interviewed John Hartson, and I think the video is still up on my channel, and you can go back and watch that. So if no one knows that, you do now. I got to interview John Hartson when I was at university. He was doing a Celtic supporters forum appearance, and before he did the panel, I got we got 30 minutes with him, and I managed to ask him a couple of Luton questions. And this was the time when Nathan Jones just left the football club. So I got to ask him a couple of questions. But he spoke about Mick Harford, and I got to interview him at a hotel. And at the same hotel, the Luton players all arrived, because this was on a Friday evening, and we were playing Fleetwood the next day. So the whole Luton Town squad arrived at this hotel, which I was interviewing John Hartson, and I didn't know nothing about this. And after I'd done the interview with John Hartson, I saw Mick Harford, and I was like, Mick, what are you doing here? And then I got a photo with Mick, and then I saw a couple of the Luton players, so I got a photo with George Moncur and Sonny Bradley. I wanted photos with the other players, but I couldn't find them, and my teacher was like, Lewis, we need to go, you can't have photos with all the Luton players. And I was like, come on, let me have the photos with the Luton players. Didn't win that battle there. But that video is that is definitely up on my channel still. I still kept that public. But the photos from that day, you could, if you guys follow me on Instagram, the link is in the description below. You would see the photos with George Moncur and Sonny Bradley and Mick Harford and John Hartson from that day. Nick put Moss was a brilliant penalty taker. Richard has put, was you Joe Taylor in or out, Lewis? I was Joe Taylor in, but I can understand why he left the football club. Manchester is Blue has put, do you watch the Gillette soccer specials? I actually used to work on the Gillette soccer specials. Manchester is Blue. Ed has put, Cardiff we beat in the 4th round in the 1994 Wembley run. Nick's put, I thought Ali played okay at the weekend. I thought he also played okay as well. Mason put, are you coming to Burnley on Saturday, Lewis? I'm not. I've decided not to. On the basis of how we're performing away from home, I've been to over 10 away games this season, and if I'm being honest with you, I'm not prepared to spend more money on Luton away from home until we actually improve our away form. So if we can actually, start improving that, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not going to any more away games until we start improving. I might do Derby away, but Burnley, I'm not doing it. It's just too much. It's too much on tickets are not cheap. Burnley takes ages to get to. I know it's over a 3-hour journey. It's a 6 hours round trip overall for me. It cost me, 30 quid in petrol, 30 quid for a ticket, so that's £60, plus the food, which would be 10 to £20. So you're looking at 70 to 80 quid to see us not perform away from home. I know we won against Portsmouth, but I can't justify it when we're not playing well at the moment. If life was cheap and tickets was cheap, so, getting to places was cheap, then I would do it. But I can't put that. I can't do it. Not this Saturday. If we were winning, I would definitely have gone. And I want to tick Burnley off, actually. I want to go to Turf Moor. Danny's put, your Hartson interview is still up. A good amount of views for your channel at the time. Nice. So if anyone hasn't watched it, the video is still up. Literally type in Lewis Williams, John Hartson, and it should pop up on straight away. Actually, I'll put a link in the description, actually. Let me get it up. John Hartson. It's still half time. We're still waiting for the other players to come out come out for the second half. Oh, the whole players have just come out in the second half. Right, can I get it up? John Hartson. Here we go. John Hartson. Yeah, so it's called John Hartson Interview, talks Luton Town, Celtic, Welsh squad, and the Premier League. Let me share that. Get that, the link. Copy, and then I can put this in here and go like that. And what I can do is I can pin it. So after this live stream, if you haven't seen it, that is the John Hartson interview, which I did. So feel free to go and watch that if you've not seen it. Best player and legend is subjective. Pelly has never been the best player at the club, but without a doubt a club legend. Yeah, so there's some Luton fans out there, by the way, that don't actually think he's a club legend. It's absolutely crazy. I can't believe that there's fans out there that just don't think he is a club legend. Over 400 appearances now for Luton. Multiple promotions. That is club legend. Like, you're not going to get many modern day players like him anymore, right? That's going. That's the one thing that's going. Players just don't stay at football clubs as long as Pelly, and I can definitely see this being. Well, I can definitely see him going. If we're a League One club next year, he might stay because he can definitely play League One. But I think in terms of the progression of the football club, Pelly isn't the right person to take us forward. It's a shame, really. Manchester is Blue is saying, do you remember Man City versus Luton 5-1? I do, and to be fair, I'm happy it was only 5. If I'm honest with you, on that day, it could have easily have been a lot more. Danny's put the one player I miss is Glenn Ray. He's in non-league now. Yeah, he fell out of love for football, and he had 2 serious injuries, and it kind of killed him a bit. He definitely wasn't the same player. He picked up his ACL during the season which we won League One. It's unfortunate for him because he was a good player, but injuries just done him. And Daz Fit UK has put, hoping it stays 0-0. You are just ahead of me here, so you're going to... Oh no, you're 2 hours ahead here. Oh, so you're in another country somewhere. I thought you were ahead of me because I am watching a live stream. Unfortunately, the minutes have not appeared, so the second half has kicked off, by the way. I promise you guys I will figure out graphics going forward. I'll try my best to sort something. But yeah, it's currently 0-0 at the moment between Hull and Plymouth. For some weird reason, they've not put the half-time... Well, they haven't put the clock up, so I don't know how many minutes have been played in the second half, but I do know it's 0-0 still. No one has scored, and Hull are currently piling on the pressure. I need a drink break. Right, Danny has put, will Pelly be the first team player? Wait, will Pelly be a first team player when he comes back in the summer, or will he leave permanently? I think he's out of contract in the summer, so I think he might go. I don't think Matt Bloomfield would keep him. I'd be surprised if Pelly is playing next season for Luton. Another crossing from the Hull City attacker. Oh, shot! Oh! It's 1-0 Hull. It's 1-0. Who scored that? Is it Gelhardt? Gelhardt has scored for Hull. It's 1-0 to them. A shot gets fired in. It deflects off the Plymouth defender. It falls to Gelhardt, who's quickest one to react. It's a nice finish. You can't miss this. It's an easy finish. Honestly, Plymouth, unlucky with the goal, if I'm being honest with you. But with Hull scoring the first goal, I don't know if Plymouth will come back. So at the moment, the Hull player has a shot. It hit, it cannons off the Plymouth defender, and it falls to Gelhardt. It's not offside, in my opinion. He was onside originally, a shot gets fired in. It goes in between the Plymouth defender's legs, and it kind of like ricochets to Gelhardt, who then has a nice calm finish and makes it 1-0 to them. So yeah, Hull are winning 1-0. I don't know if Plymouth will push on and get an equaliser, but that's what we're all going to hope for. We hope that Plymouth do, because Hull winning is not a good result for us, in my opinion. It increases that gap to 3 points, which we do not want to see. But with with Plymouth pushing on to try and get that equaliser, that will leave space in behind for Hull to try and score that second goal. So this is the perfect scenario for Hull, to be honest with you, scoring straight after the half-time whistle as well. It's always a good time to score early in the second half. They say it's the perfect time to do it. But Hull are 1-0 up at home against Plymouth. And to be fair, on the course of the game, you can kind of say they do deserve it a little bit. You know, they have been dominating it. They have been piling on the pressure. Plymouth don't really look like scoring, apart from when they go long or when they put a long ball into the box or a long throw-in. But yeah, 1-0 to Hull. And yeah, 5 minutes have been played so far in this second half. Richard has put, in the new stadium, do you think Pelly will have a statue or a stand? I feel like he should have something, at least. Well, it'd be quite nice for us to name all 4 stands like after legends of the football club. I do think Pelly should be named after something. I would like him to have a testimonial, and I would definitely go to that if he does have one. But modern day footballers don't normally do it. You know, like Luton versus West Ham in a pre-season friendly for his testimonial would be quite nice to do. So I wouldn't mind going to that. Hopefully he does. George has put, after such a good performance by Makosso, if McGuinness is fit, who plays? Caldini has to play. I would play the same defence, but Matt Bloomfield, I think, said after the game that Makosso might have to come in and out of the side. Hopefully that isn't the case, because I believe if you're ready and you're playing well, then why not play him? McGuinness looks like he's carrying a knock. He did pick up something in the game as well against Portsmouth. So look, we don't need to rush him back. Makosso's playing well. He's high on confidence. And as long as he's got Cal Naismith, next to him, happy days. But yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, he does play against Burnley. Kind of lost my thought there. Just seen the goal back again. Yeah, easy goal for the whole City player to score. Gelhardt, who is on loan from Leeds United. There were rumours that we were after him. To be honest with you, he's been playing. He's not been playing as a striker for Hull right now. He's playing on the left hand side, I believe, or just behind the striker. The quality in the stream I'm watching right now, it's not very good. It's not very clear. If I was watching it on a much better quality stream, it would be a lot easier to identify the players. So Gelhardt is playing, yeah, on the left hand side. I was correct. With Joseph just playing in behind Pedro, and Kamara is playing on the right hand side. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this game now, but Plymouth, actually, I can already tell now, since that goal's gone in, they are positioning themselves a lot further up the pitch. They are piling on that pressure. They know they can't really afford to lose this game. But then again, they've been in this situation before. They were in this situation against Luton where Luton went 1-0 up and they managed to get back into the game. So, they know they can do it. They know they can get back into it. So fingers crossed they can. And yeah, it'd be a good result for us if they can and hold on and get a draw. Oh. Is anyone else watching the game? Or is it just me? Normally when I do some live streams, well, normally when I watch other people live stream, what I do is I normally have two monitors. I have one monitor of the game I want to watch, or I'll watch someone else on another monitor. So then I've got two things going at the same time. Richard has put, are you Menji in or out now? Does he come straight back in, Lewis? It's hard with him because he's recovering back from a knee injury. I do think he's a solid defender, but with him, it comes across like he has a mentality issue. And what I mean by that is, I think he was expecting to leave the football club. He didn't get the move he wanted, and then kind of sulked about it. He was playing through an injury which he should have had surgery for months ago. So I don't know. With him, he needs to just play for the shirt, really play for the shirt, and just get going again, really. But yeah, it's a weird one with him because I do think he's a great player, really good player, but he just needs to sort himself out. Danny's just looked up at Loire, just got released by Hartlepool in January. Didn't realise he signed for Hartlepool. He must be getting on a bit now. I know he was at Charlton under Nathan Jones last season, but I didn't think he would be in the National League. Daz Fit has put Hull scored, yes, Daz. 1-0 up, easy goal for them. Bit lucky with it, but hopefully Plymouth get back into the game. Danny's put, what YouTubers would you like to collab with? I'll collab with anyone, as long as it makes sense to do it, and the person's a nice guy, guy or woman. I don't mind, I will collab with anyone. I won't chase them. I don't like chasing them because I feel like it comes across as beggy. But if someone wants me to come and do it, appear on their channel and do an appearance, more than happy to. But yeah, I'll collab with anyone really. I'm thinking next season to change my match previews actually. I'm thinking about chatting to someone for about 15 to 20 minutes or even less. Get someone who supports the club which I'm doing the preview on, and just have a proper conversation with that person, and that can be the match preview. Because sometimes I think when doing my match previews, they can be quite repetitive, especially if we're losing loads of games or even if we're winning games of football. I feel like sometimes the match previews could get really repetitive. I'll still do my little bit and say what my thoughts are, but I think chatting to someone would be quite good. Especially an opposition fan, just to get their lowdown on how their club's doing, what their expectations are, and so on. So that could be a good collab series I can do. But I thought about doing that 2 seasons ago, but people just kept letting me down, and so I just couldn't get people in time, and it was quite frustrating, especially when you're playing Saturday, Tuesday as well. It's really hard to book people in and record. So I'll look into it for next year, but I think going forward I would like to do that. Phil's put Menji out for him. He believes that Menji should leave the football club. To be fair, the way he acted at the start of the season, I can understand why. Danny's put Nathan Jones signed a lot of former Luton players at Charlton. He did, in fact. I can see him signing more soon, especially if if Charlton don't go up, I can definitely see him signing a couple more. I can expect Harry Cornick to go to Nathan. I really do. I can expect Harry Cornick to leave Bristol City and sign for Charlton. He hasn't played too much at he hasn't played too much at Bristol City. Plymouth are dire, 0 shots so far tonight. Yeah, honestly, Plymouth have not really done enough going forward. Hull definitely deserve to be 1-0 up. To be fair, Hull haven't done enough themselves, but what Hull have done is they've been clinical, which they haven't been this season, and they have been piling on the pressure as much as they can. Danny's put, I would love to see you on AFTV or another big fan channel. The thing is, I thought I was going to get invited to some last season, but I never really got invited, and it was kind of like, oh, okay. I was expecting a couple, but then again, I was working quite a lot on the weekends, and I did get given a few podcast opportunities, but I just couldn't make it due to work commitments. But hopefully going forward, hopefully when I get a new job, I won't have that issue. But Hull are on the attack again. On the left-hand side, lovely ball into the box. Just missed by the Hull attacker for the header. But Hull piling on that pressure. I think a second goal would definitely kill it. And if they can get it now, they would put themselves in a really, really good position. I think George has just seen the same attacking play, which I've just seen. But yeah, what a good... Kamara's on the right-hand side, plays the ball into the box. You must be talking about this. You must be a little bit ahead of me, George. But wow, that should have been 2-0 to Hull. Well, it looked like it should have been 2-0 to Hull. Kamara being one of their most dangerous players on the right-hand side, skips past the Plymouth defender. Watching it back now, yeah, he gets on the right-hand side, beats the player, he fires the ball into the box. It's great defending though. It really is good defending by the Plymouth defence. They're throwing their bodies on the line. They're trying to make sure that a second goal does not happen. I think Joseph had a shot attempt at goal. Great save by the Plymouth goalkeeper, but then the Plymouth defender slid in just last minute to prevent a second goal from happening. Those Plymouth three centre halves, they do love defending, to be fair to them. George has put, watching Hull v Plymouth live while it's half time in the Arsenal versus PSV game from a rainy Spain. George, do you live in Spain or are you just on holiday in Spain? Jelly Belly has put, Menji, if he doesn't want to play for us, then he has to go, along with all the other like-minded players. I agree, if he doesn't want to play, we should just let him go. Danny has put, I really want to try and go to games, but I work too many Saturdays. Danny, book annual leave. Use your annual leave days for Luton matches. But also, with games being on Sky and stuff, try your best. But also, you don't have to, if you can find another assistant manager role that allows you to work Monday to Friday or work a Sunday instead of a Saturday, you can try and do that. Try and find the right, work-life balance for you. That's what I've had to try and do. I spent, how many years did I spend? From 20, I spent about 4 years, well actually I spent longer than that actually, because I missed a load of games at uni. So I spent about 7 years missing Luton games. It really killed me. Not anymore though. This season I've been going to as many as I can. It's going to be 2-0 and it's 2-0. I don't know what happened there. I was looking at the stream and then I've gone to my screen and then all of a sudden it's a 2v1 situation. And Hull are 2-0 up. Yeah, 2-0 up. Kamara with the goal. Sean has put, hi Lewis, cheers for the live. Always fun like Matt SB. I have seen Matt SB appear on my recommended on YouTube, so I need to actually watch more of his videos. What's everyone's thoughts about me doing more EFL content? Because Oh, let me have a look at this replay actually. So Hull have a break. Oh, he's offside. He's offside. Plymouth are unlucky there. So a through ball gets played in behind. What's his name? I think it's Pedro. Yeah, number 12 for for Hull. Pedro. He gets a run in behind, and then he just plays it across the 6-yard box. It's an easy tap in basically, and yeah, Kamara is there to tap it home. Nothing the Plymouth goalkeeper can do. But yeah, that goal should not have counted. He was offside. Plymouth have been hard done by. That should not have counted, that second goal. But anyway, Plymouth are 2-0 down and they've got a mountain to climb now. They've got to pile on the pressure. They're making a attacking substitution as well. So yeah, they got to proper go for it. I think they're also going to be changing the formation as well. They've made 3 substitutions, in fact. Boateng's coming on, better I think it's coming on as well. So yeah, they're piling on the pressure right now. They're hoping that they can obviously get back into the game. So hopefully we'll see an all-out attacking Plymouth side. But Hull, I have to be honest, they do deserve to win this game. Plymouth have not done enough going forward. I am definitely on a delay. Yeah, my stream is behind. If I was watching on Sky through an actual Sky box, I would definitely not be. But unfortunately, I've got to stick to this delayed stream. But it is 2-0 to Hull City right now. But that goal should not have counted. It was definitely offside. Poor officiating there. George has put, I think I'm 3 minutes ahead of you. Yeah, everyone will definitely be ahead of me. If you're watching this through a Skybox or even through a better stream, you definitely will be ahead of me, at least by a couple of minutes. But I'm in the 63rd minute as I'm watching it right now. Also, the streams are delayed, so you guys get a delay in listening to me. So everything's delayed, unfortunately. It's the way it goes with live streaming. But at least you're seeing my live reaction to when stuff happens. But yeah, Bristol City are winning 1-0 according to Danny. Should I go through and update the EFL scores? Let me know in the comments. Sean is making pancakes. I'm not having pancakes. I wish I was having pancakes. The thing is, I live in my flat with my partner. And at the moment, my partner is struggling to eat food. She had an incident when eating food. Something got caught on the back of her throat, and basically her tonsils inflamed. So she's struggling to process food at the moment. So at the moment, she's literally drinking, like those heel drinks that are just like a meal in one in a drink, because she can't swallow solid food. So she has to go to like this specialist, a throat specialist, to see what they can do, because her tonsils are massively inflamed right now. So at the moment, it's just me eating in my flat. So if I want pancakes, I've got to make them myself, and I'm so lazy. I'm really lazy. When I go to the gym and I make my videos and I do content, when I want to then make food myself and do other things like house chores, I'm so lazy. It's unreal. But anyway, Plymouth still not pushing forward. Really not. Still 2-0 to Hull. 65th minute at the moment. George has put, I've been living in Spain the last 25 years, but when I do get back, I try my best to visit the Kenny. Couldn't grab a game last season because of the tourists wanted to see the Premiership Luton. Mate, I'm telling you now, the away games, in fact, I went to Chelsea away. I managed to get tickets to other away games, but I couldn't go due to work commitments. But the games I actually wanted to go for, I couldn't go. And I understand why I couldn't go, because I didn't do a certain amount of away games the previous season. But all the Diamond season ticket holders, they either got a ticket themselves and then they sold it on, because I know there were supporters who weren't even Luton fans in the Luton away end, and I'm thinking, like, so many die-hard Luton fans have not managed to get a ticket to some of the away games or the home games because of people selling tickets on. So many, like Premier League supporters in the home end. It was ridiculous. Like, and you saw a few people fighting and saw a few people getting kicked out. aspect of the Premier League is horrific, and that's going to be a problem in the new stadium because anyone who wants a ticket in the home end will be able to get one. Like Arsenal fans wanting to be in the home end, it will happen. It will definitely happen, and Luton won't be able to stop it from happening. That's for sure. But fair play, you've been living in Spain for the last 25 years. I've been to Benidorm. I've also been to Barcelona. That's it, I think. I've only been to those two aspects of Spain. I have been to the Nou Camp for a stadium tour. I do want to go to Madrid and see the Bernabeu, but I do want to go back to the Nou Camp when they're finished completing the stadium. I actually would like to go and watch a game there, in fact. I haven't actually watched a game in Spain. That'd be what I would like to do. Watch a game in Spain. I might convince my partner that we should go to Spain and watch a game. And she thinks, oh, we're going to go and watch a nice holiday. And I'll be like, no, I'm going off to watch the football. Mike has put, talking of Nathan signing Luton players, I thought he was taking Dan Potts, but I see he is now a free agent. If he is fit and our shortest on the left of the fence could be him for the rest, could we get him for the rest of the season? No way I would take Dan Potts back. Dan Potts is a walking injury. He can't stay fit. The reason why he didn't sign on at Charlton was because he kept getting injured. Honestly, definitely not. Oh, Marcus put, Lewis, I think you need a better mic. Might just be me, but the audio has been a bit quiet, flashed, muffed when I've heard you live recently. It might be my webcam. You're not the first person to say my audio isn't not the greatest. You're the second person, in fact. Hang on, I can listen to myself back. Let me just see. Let me see what I sound like. You're not the first person to say my. So you can hear me back now. Not the greatest. Yeah, it's not. My audio isn't the greatest. Yeah, just listening to that back now, it isn't crispy clean. I will sort that out in the future. Don't worry, I will sort that out. Basically, me live streaming now is basically just like getting back into live streaming. And the reason for it is because I'm essentially gonna get back into it, and I'm just learning what to do. I'm also just learning. It's just more of like a system thing with myself, just to get me back into the swing of things, because I used to do live streaming when I was at uni every Sunday, and it used to be quite a good thing, but then I stopped because I had to focus on uni work, or I just gave up with it really. But now I wanted to bring it back because I know it's good for channel growth. It will improve the channel, and if I want to get more subscribers from EFL supporters, then this is exactly what I've got to do, essentially. So things will be improving. Don't worry, everything will get better. I'm waiting for my camera to come. Once my new camera comes, the audio should be a lot better because it does come with a mic. So I have been offered a mic. I need to speak to someone, and then I'll be able to everything will improve, trust me. It's just taking time. But Sean has been to see Tenerife a few times, cheap entry and beer. I should have a look at that actually. Phil was fed up with injury prone players, to be honest. Yeah, Dan Potts was just another one. I just don't think I would have Dan Potts back, if I'm being honest with you. But thank you for suggesting it in the comments though. Mick has put, it's not blaring, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't think the mic's alright. Rich has put, your mic for me is so clear. I think it's clear, but I think it's not crispy clear. So I understand what people mean, because it's not as good as my camera audio when I make my normal videos. But yeah, I have a mic. I'll show you what I've got. I've got this one. So it's quite a smart device. It's basically this. So I can plug this into my laptop, but my laptop is not recognizing it for some weird reason. So then it's not doing any connectivity at all, really. So that's why it's not crispy. It's not as good as it should be. So I've got this one, but yeah, I do need to get another mic. I will be looking into it. Everything will get better, trust me. That's why I've opened like up a membership on my YouTube channel. So you guys, if you want to support me on my journey to try making this a more full-time thing, you can. The link's in the description below. If you become a member, you get exclusive perks when you do. And also, yeah, you get exclusive perks when you do. And also, yeah, you support me on my journey. And yeah, all the money I earn from YouTube, I kind of like re-put back in. And that's why I've been uploading like so much, because I'm trying to generate income. I'm trying to generate a living, essentially. So then I can make this more of a full-time thing and try and take it to another level, and then another level, and then another level, and then we keep upping. My aim by the end of the year is to hit at least 5,000 subscribers. We're on 4,000 already, which is nice. Actually, I've changed that. Actually, my aim isn't to hit 5k. It'd be to hit 6. It's to hit 6k. And looking at my stats right now on YouTube, I know I'm not talking about this game. It's still 2-0 to Hull. 73rd minute. Plymouth are trying to pile on the pressure, but they're just not doing it. But anyway, yeah, if I tell you the stats for this game. So, yeah, subscribers since the start of the year. So, okay, how many days have we had this year? I can work out the stats here. 320. Hang on, let me work it all out. So, calculate. How many days have we had this year? So, Google, how many days have we had this year? We're on day 63, okay? We're on day 63. So if I work this out, so, oh no, 63 times that by 365, 1,800. Let me have a look. So if I work this out correctly, yeah, so okay, right. My aim is to hit 6,000 by the end of the year, and by the looking at my stats right now, if I carry on the way I'm doing, I will hit 6k by the end of the year. But hopefully I can go even further and hit more. But in terms of the actual watch along, and this is what the stream is actually meant to be for, it's just Hull controlling the game, Plymouth trying to get hold of it, but I think the game's pretty much done and dusted. The second goal pretty much killed the game off, really. I think it's all over. If Plymouth can, it could have easily have been 3 if Hull got the final pass correct there. But they've been the much better side. They've been more clinical. They've been moving the ball quickly, and that's exactly what you've got to do. Plymouth, as Mick has just said in the chat, have had 0 shots at goal, so they definitely don't deserve anything from this game. Not really threatening whatsoever going forward, and it's just Hull dictating it, controlling it. I'm still surprised that Plymouth are still playing 5 at the back. I would change it and put more attackers on, so you become more of a threat. Hull now have a corner in the 75th minute. It's really easy for Hull. It's an easy win. And I just want to say as well, big thank you to everyone that's tuned in to this live stream. We've hit over 1,000 views over the course of these 2 hours, so much appreciated. So hopefully I've gained a few subscribers, and if anyone new is watching, thank you. And if you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. Over 60% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed, by the way. So please, if you're new and you don't know me and you want to watch Luton content and you want to watch EFL content, please subscribe. I will be making more EFL content. That's something I've got to do. I might make an EFL video tomorrow. In fact, actually, I might do a video tomorrow morning. I'll see how I'm feeling after this stream, but I will be stopping live streaming in about 20 minutes time, and then yeah, I kind of think about what I'm going to make for tomorrow. I need to think of a video idea, but I think it might have to be EFL related. I thought about a Luton video to make today, but I felt actually I'm going to leave it for the summer, and it was asking AI to predict what Luton, yeah, it was to predict what Luton can do in the future, and it was actually quite a good video idea. But I felt like it didn't. I feel like I could do it in the summer when video ideas are lacking, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Mick Phil's put Plymouth can't get out of their own half at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Literally, Plymouth. This is why I think they're down. But I think in League One they should allow their manager to stay because it's not his fault. I thought Rooney was going to do it. I really did. I know a lot of people thought straight away they're going to get relegated. But at first I thought he was going to do it because the home form was good. But the away form is just not good enough. Oh, and Plymouth are attacking down on the right-hand side now. They look like they could potentially get get the first goal, but they don't. Yeah, easily defended by the whole player. But yeah, it's just easy for Hull. It really is. Lovely whipped in ball into the box there, but not enough Plymouth players. Look, so Plymouth had just whipped in a nice ball into the box. There was only 2 players for Plymouth in the box, and there were 8 Hull City players. You're not going to score a goal, if you've only got 2 players into the box. They need to, I think, push on even more. Got 12 minutes remaining up until the 90th minute. Physios are coming on now because of head clash. I guess I should read out some more scores, shall I? Let's have a look. Let's do some Champions League. Oh, my voice went. Right, Champions League. So, already game gone. Aston Villa 3, Club Brugge 1. Dortmund 1-0 against Lille. Arsenal are 5-1 away from home against PSV. Timber, Wanyeri, Marino, Odegaard and Trossard have got the goals there for Arsenal. So they're 5-1 up. Real Madrid are 2-1 up at home against Atletico Madrid. Rodrigo and Diaz got the goals for Real Madrid, and also Alvarez has got the goal for Atletico. So that's the Champions League scores. Championship, Burnley are still 2-1 away from home. It'd be really hard for Cardiff to get that second goal with the way Burnley love to defend. Bristol City are winning 1-0 away from home. Harry Cornick is currently playing. He's on the pitch against Millwall. So Bristol City are 1-0 up against them. Go back. Preston versus Swansea, probably the most boring game out of all the games tonight in the Championship. That is currently 0-0. No surprise there. In League One, it's 0-0 between Blackpool and Peterborough. Bolton are beating Birmingham 3-1 at home. McAtee got a goal and an assist. Stevenage are winning 1-0 away from home against Cambridge. Charlton are still winning 1-0 at home against Barnsley. Luke Berry featuring in that game. Wrexham are winning 1-0 away from home against Huddersfield. Elliot Lee featuring in the game for Wrexham. Lincoln are still winning 3-1 at home against Crawley. Mansfield and Wigan is 0-0. Northampton are winning 1-0 at home against Stockport. Plymouth have just put in another ball into the box, but not enough players in there to cause any real threat. Rotherham are winning 1-0 against Leyton Orient. An own goal. Pelly is featuring for Rotherham. Shrewsbury is 0-0 against Bristol Rovers. Reading is 0-0 against Exeter. Wickham is currently 2-0 at home against Burton. That is the League 1 scores. League 2, MK Dons are still losing against Accrington 2-0. Bradford City are winning 3-0 at home against Cheltenham. They move just 2 points behind Walsall, who are currently first in the table. Bromley are still winning 1-0 at home against Doncaster. Carlisle and Walsall are still 1-1. Colchester are winning 1-0 at home against Chesterfield. Fleetwood are winning 2-0 away from home against Crewe. Grimsby have got an equaliser at home against Tranmere. That game is 1-1. Morecambe are winning 1-0 at home against AFC Wimbledon. Newport is 3-1 at home against Gillingham. Notts County versus Barrow, it's 2-1 to Barrow. Port Vale versus Harrogate is 0-0. and it's currently Swindon 2, Salford 2 in the last game in League 2. So those are the scores at the moment, and my stream has frozen again. Here we go. Right, so we're in the... Oh, I'm in the 82nd minute right now. I've missed some comments. Richard has put, it's Cardiff and Stoke we need to catch, not Hull, as Hull have easier fixtures. So it just keeps Plymouth down, which is good. Yeah, but it's nice just to have more and more teams around you in the Championship table that can also go down. So then it's not just a couple of teams. So, but yeah, I think Cardiff are the catchable ones. I actually think it. Well, I made a video, and if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and see it, or go and check it out. And basically, it's I predicted which teams would go down, and I talked about all the teams around us in the relegation places, and I felt Cardiff, Derby, and Plymouth were the three that I think would go down if Luton got their act together. That's how I judged it on, but Luton have still got to prove themselves. Right, go up quickly. Marcus, but don't get me wrong, it's not criticism, just an observation. Others are saying it's fine for them. Oh, is that the audio? No, that's fine. It's all good. I know it's not great. I know it needs to improve. It's all good. George Marshall has put, love Reece Burke to bits, but if Makosso carries on, then due to Reece also being made of glass, he may have to move on. I would let Burke go, if I'm being honest with you. Burke, for me, he just has too many injuries in him. You can't have that. You just can't have a player who only features 20 times a season. That's honestly, if you work it out, he averages 20 games a season for Luton, and he's been here for 4 years. That's not good enough. That really is not good enough. You need someone who's more reliable. Like, I know he doesn't deliberately get injured, but when you're frequently getting injured over so many years, your body is struggling to, handle the workload which you're trying to give it. So he might have to rethink his career. He might have to go, actually, I might be a lower league defender. I actually think on his day he can be a consistent top-end Championship centre-back, but he's not available enough. Mike has put, Baptiste is just another Izzy Brown. To be fair to Izzy Brown, I think he was actually more available than Baptiste, if you think about it. And at least Izzy Brown had something about him further forward. At least Izzy Brown created goals. Baptiste isn't doing anything. And then Jelly Betty's put, Baptiste, unfortunately, is a culture of our club this season. I can't really say no to that. It kind of is. Jelly Belly has put, and then Mark's put, it sounds a little bit like you are underwater, but props to you. I can see that you are trying to improve the output. Always good to hear your thoughts on Luton. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, I'll try and improve the audio. It'd be the webcam audio. That's what it would be, and I can see the mixer here, my audio mixer. So it's either it's either coming through my laptop or it's coming through the webcam. But I can understand why it isn't as good. And to be fair, I did a live stream for someone else the other day, and the audio was a problem. So I might use my phone actually and live stream through my phone, because I've got a tripod here, which is my light, and I can show you. So I had a light here just to improve the lighting, but it's run out of charge. Let me untake this off. But yeah, I can literally put my phone on this tripod, and then the audio will sound a lot better through the phone. And I can literally put it on here, and then I can attach my phone to this, put it on this, and then you can watch me that way. But yeah, so 86 minutes have gone between Hull and Plymouth. Plymouth still don't look like they're going to score. Phil's, but I think Elijah, Alfie and Chong will go too. I counted about 12 the other day to go. I think about 10 players will leave the football club at the end of the season, if I'm being honest with you. They've got to go. I think it has to be 10. I think any team that gets relegated, a lot of players have to leave the football club, because you've got a losing mentality at the football club. And we didn't get rid of more players in the summer. Well, I say that we didn't bring in enough players in the summer window, and that's what we should have done. We were a little bit silly there. We made a mistake in the summer. So Plymouth are attacking down the right hand side. They're putting another ball into the box. It's an overhit cross, and that kind of just sums up Plymouth's performance throughout this evening. If I'm being honest with you, 87 minutes gone. They don't look like scoring. Danny's put, it's a shame what happened to Izzy Brown. Had to retire really early due to injuries. Did well for us when he played. He did. Graham Jones came out and said, without Izzy Brown, we can't stay up in the Championship. But then when Nathan Jones came in and kept us up, he was like, well, I'm not playing you, Brown, because you can't do what I'm asking you to. And then we stayed up because of Carter Vickers. That's the one thing what Graham Jones did correct, was being part of signing Cameron Carter Vickers. And when you see what he's gone on to do in the game, playing for Celtic in the Champions League, he's having an amazing season. Danny's put, what have you been doing on Football Manager? Good question, actually. So I've been, I managed to download a non-league database. So my local club, my local non-league club in Milton Keynes is Newport Pagnell, who recently won the FA Vase a couple of seasons ago. So they play in Step 5. So right now I'm doing a non-league to Premier League with Newport Pagnell to see if I can take them. Into the Premier League. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in my second season. In my first season, I won Step 5. I'm in Step 4 right now, and trying to win promotion there. So I played a bit of that earlier today. I'm also doing a Scotland one, Road to Glory. I love doing Road to Glories. I love building teams from bottom to the end. Visual Storyteller has put, greetings from New Zealand. Thank you for tuning in. I had someone from, so we've got someone from New Zealand. I had someone from Thailand the other day. I think someone from Hong Kong as well was watching me. I love the fact I've got so many overseas supporters. And when I was at the game I was at one of the games, I can't remember, Preston, Matt Bloomfield's first game in charge of Luton. I had a guy from Spain come and say hello to me as well, who watches my videos. I thought, wow, this is just amazing. Mick has put, Plymouth have had 2 shots now. Yeah, I've barely noticed, to be fair. That's how good the shots have been, Mick. Not really good enough. If you're a Plymouth fan and you've travelled all the way to Hull on a midweek and you've just witnessed your team perform the way it has done, you're going to be really angry, and I think this is just a sign that they're just not capable of staying up in the Championship. Yes, win your home games, but you've got to pick up 1 or 2 points away from home. You can't just win your home games. With 11 games remaining, they're going to have, 5 or 6 home games out of the 11? I don't think that will be enough. You've got to do more, especially if you keep losing your away games. Danny's put, do you remember Jacob Butterfield? Yes, I do. I think he's playing in Australia right now. I think he is, playing in Australia. Celtic have been doing really well in the Champions League. I think the new Champions League format's actually benefited teams like Celtic, who struggled to get out of a group stage. That's what the new Champions League format's done, and it's meant to generate more money. And I think Celtic have generated over 60 million just from the Champions League, which will then get reinvested back into the squad, and hopefully reinvestment in the Scottish Premiership, so it can become a much better competitive league. But they've done massively well this season in the Champions League, and they're probably hoping that they can repeat that for next season. I have managed Amped Hill Town in the 10th tier of Football Manager a few times. Mickers, but I think our fans know that feeling of travelling away and losing. Is Plymouth losing a good thing? I don't think it is. I would have liked this to be a draw on the basis of Hull would be catchable, because now they've gone 3 points further away from us. Yes, we can claw that back if we just win our games, but of course that's easy to say right now. But Plymouth, for me, I think a draw would have been better, just so Hull would have been a lot more catchable, and also Plymouth don't gain too much. I think Plymouth are down. I really do. Watching them play today, a team that doesn't look like they're scoring a goal, Plymouth for me wasn't the team to worry about. It was the other teams to worry about. Visual storyteller has put Dave here and immigrated to New Zealand in 1973. Lifelong Luton fan from the late 1950s. Fair play. You've seen a lot of stuff over the years. Fair play to you. LTFC George has put, who is a channel member, has put Cornick have just scored for Bristol City, and Bristol City have gone 2-0 up. I mentioned when I was reading out the scores that that Bristol City were winning 1-0, but the fact that they got the second goal, and it is former Luton player Harry Cornick. He's not been playing for Bristol City. Arsenal have a 6 goal as well. They're winning 6-1 away from home against PSV. Mika said, no, this game needed to be a draw for us. Yeah, draw would have been a nice result. 6 minutes has been added in added time. We're in the 92nd minute now. Hull will just control this. They just need to see this out. Don't make any stupid mistakes. Don't give away a silly goal in the next minute or so and give Plymouth a lifeline. Like, give away stupid fouls like they've just done, because that gives Plymouth an opportunity to put the ball back into the box where they're most dangerous. But I don't see Plymouth scoring again. But then again, despite me saying that, they might do now. Oh. I've run out of my drink now, so my throat's going to get really dry. I forgot what it's like to actually stream for 2 hours, and to be fair, these 2 hours have absolutely flown by, to be fair. But after the game, I'll carry on talking for another 10 more minutes, and then I will end the stream. But I thank you all for tuning in. Over 1,100 people have tuned in over the last 2 hours, so much appreciated. Anyone who's new, please subscribe. If you'd like to become a member, the link is in the description below. Also, if anyone is interested, I have a Discord group. Basically, it's just Luton fans talking in my group. I share my videos in there just in case you don't see it on YouTube. But yeah, it's just a nice, safe place to talk football. I'm always keeping an eye on it. There's about 40 to 50 members in there. We just chat football, basically. I know a lot of people don't like posting on social media. So, like, if you've got your thoughts, you can post into the Discord group, and then yeah, people just chat away. Danny, who's been commenting throughout the whole 2 hours of the live stream, he's in the he's in the Discord group. I think there's a few others as well who have been chatting in this live chat, also in the Discord group. So yeah, if you want to join that, the link is all in the description below. Highly recommend. LTFC George has put, if Cardiff aren't getting absolutely battered by Burnley, then surely Luton can get something next weekend. To be fair, Burnley just don't like attacking. They're just a proper counter-attacking side. They want you to attack, and that's why they probably got the 2 goals against Cardiff, because Cardiff at home, they're pushing on, they need to get the wins. And Burnley have just gone, actually, we're just going to counter-attack you, and we'll break away that way because we've got the quality. And that's what Scott Parker does. Very good counter-attacking side. They take full advantage when they're in front of goal, and they're very good defensively. But I believe we can go there and get something, of course. But I would take a point right now. 100% take a point right now. But our away form does need to improve. Richard has put, as we are near the end of the game, just want to say, Lewis, keep doing what you're doing. I love the pods. I watch them all, and I love watching your 5 Things We Learn pods also. Please do live again. I will, Richard. I'll keep going. I need to get better equipment, that's for sure. I'm doing another one this Sunday after the Burnley game. So that will be my next live stream. This Sunday would be my next live stream, and I will be doing a post-match breakdown. I won't do live watch-alongs for Luton games. I just can't do it to myself because I'm very reactionary and I'd say a lot of stuff which I don't mean. That's why I like having 10 and 15 minutes. Well, that's why I love the car journey on the way home. So it gives me time to reflect on what I actually watch, because I'm very emotional when it comes to games, and I say a lot of stuff which I don't actually mean until I've actually thought about it. So yeah, I don't ever do live watch-alongs for Luton games, that's for sure. But for anyone else, more than happy to do it, because I don't have an emotional attachment. Even for England games, I'm going to do live watch-along for England games, that's for sure. But thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for everyone who watches my videos, in fact. Mick has put maybe Plymouth will go all out in the last 6 minutes. They've been trying to, haven't they? They've been putting plenty of crosses into the box, but I just can't. The goalkeeper's not made one single save at all, really, and they've just fired off a shot in the last seconds of the game. And I think the referee's going to blow up now for full time, and it's going to be a Hull City 2-0 win against Plymouth. Mason's put very optimistic, but needs 7 out of the next 3. I don't know if we're going to get 7. Hopefully, I'll take it. Nick. But yeah, I think this game is practically going to end now. I think they're waiting for the goalkeeper just to boot the ball clear. Sean's put like and subscribe. Yes, if you haven't already, like the stream. Like the stream. It's very important. Oh, and and it has been blown for full time. So that is 2-0 to Hull City. They're beating Plymouth today. But yeah, regards to liking. Please like the videos. Please comment on the videos as well. Even if it's just 1 word or 2 words saying good video, much appreciated. The reason why I ask this is because the more people that interact with a video or stream, the better it does performance-wise. So this stream, if you didn't know, has done better than my last stream. It's got over 1,200 people have come in and out of this stream. So for me, that's good numbers. That is fantastic numbers for myself. And I've had quite a consistent amount of people stay watching me throughout the whole 2 hours. Also, commenting through the live stream. But if you haven't liked the live stream, please go and like it. Much appreciated. It reaches out to more and more people. Is there any other games on which I can put on? I've got my Sky account here, so we can put on another game and we can end it watching another match. We get Sky Go up. Sean's put 30 seconds for Burnley. Let's have a. If I can load the Burnley game up, we can end watching that. Was there an 8 o'clock game on? Let's have a quick look. But yeah, regards to the Hull City versus Plymouth game, really easy win for Hull. Plymouth didn't really make it challenging for them. It's actually Wickham v Burton on Sky right now. What's on the Sports Plus channel? Sports Plus is Cardiff Burnley. Let's have a quick look. Jake has put, loving the consistency on your uploads lately, Lewis. You're doing a great job. Keep going. Thank you, Jake. The Cardiff versus Burnley game must have just finished now, as I've just turned it on. That's fine. Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid is currently on right now. Let's put that game on. That might have just finished. That's in the 82nd minute. Right, I've got to watch that. Thank you, Mick. Catch you later, mate. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm just going to chat for another 10 more minutes, guys, and then I'm going to end the live stream. So fire away any questions which you guys may have, or anything you'd like me to talk about. Or if you've got any video ideas, feel free to suggest me. Let me know your thoughts about me doing EFL content, because I do think that would be a good way to go on this channel, to just improve just get more EFL supporters subscribing to the channel. Sean's put, game's finished. Yeah, Mick's put, catching it. Oh yeah, I already read that out. See, I'm getting tired now. I'm rereading the comments in the live chat. Sean's put, see you guys Saturday. Jenny Benny's put, time to win away again, starting on Saturday. 100%, it is time to win and improve the away form. Visual Storytellers put, great work, Lewis. Keep it up. All the best, mate. Thank you for tuning in, mate, and appreciate the nice comment. Currently watching Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. We are in the 84th minute of the game. I actually have a better quality stream because I'm watching it through my Sky Go app. And I actually can recognise the players, unlike the stream which I was watching. But it did alright. It did the job. I got to see majority of the game and I understood what was happening in the Hull versus Plymouth match. See you later, Sean. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. I'm going to stream for another, 5 to 10 more minutes. So, guys, fire away any more questions which you may have. And thanks again, 1,200 people have tuned into this, so much appreciated. I did see a report that apparently Adam Walton is being linked with a move to Real Madrid in the summer. Absolutely crazy. And then, of course, Burnley conceded their first league goal in 2025, and we're in March. Mental. Absolutely mental. LTFC George has put, honestly, mate, when Luton get absolutely battered after the game, the only thing I really look forward to is your video. I live a few hours from Luton, so it's a fairly long drive with a grumpy dad next to. I can understand my dad can be very negative as well. It's quite funny. My dad's he wasn't a fan of Rob Edwards, and he wasn't a fan of him at the start of the season. And he said to me he's going to get found out this year. And I kind of said to him, oh, Dad, you're too negative. He's not going to get found out. And then he was right. Fair play. He was right. Jenny Betty has put, love your videos, Lewis. Always the first thing I look for after our games and before. Thank you for the nice comments, guys. Much appreciated. Before the live stream, I have to admit, I wasn't in a good mood going into this game. I have to admit. I just felt low on energy, and I was kind of like, it felt like a task at times to go about my day and do stuff, but at least doing this live stream, I felt good. It's been a good 2 hours. I have to admit, I've enjoyed it. Mick has put, do you want to do your perfect Luton team if you can take any Championship players? Ooh, my perfect Luton team. In goal, I'll definitely take Victor Johansson, the Stoke City goalkeeper, that's for sure. Right back, I need to have a look at the right back. See, that would be a good idea. If I didn't have 10 minutes left on this live stream, I would do that. But I want time to really give you a proper answer. But Victor Johansson, the Stoke City goalkeeper, is the goalkeeper I would pick, if I'm being honest with you, as my dream goalkeeper. Richard has put, realistically, I think 5 points for us in the next 5 games, but I hope it's 7. Mix put, that might be a good video idea. You might be right, actually. I'm trying to think. I want to kind of make a non-Luton related one. Only reason why is because I really want to attract EFL subscribers. That's what I really want to do. I want to attract more people who are not Luton fans to subscribe. As that's the way I think the channel will grow a lot better. That's my thinking behind it. So I want to do like a Luton video if I can. But good night, Mick. Thank you for all your comments throughout the live stream. George has put, Arsenal have scored 7 goals. Shall we do like a final full time with the scores? Let's have a look. Let's go through the scores then, shall we? So Champions League, Arsenal winning 7-1. Trossard, Odegaard, Calafiori. I can't get my words out. Dortmund's 1-1 with Lille. League One. Let's have a look then. So 3-1 to Bolton. Stevenage beat Cambridge 1-0. Barnsley lost 1-0 against Charlton. Wrexham won 1-0 away from home. Lincoln won 4-1 against Crawley. Mansfield 0-0 with Wigan. Stockport got a late equaliser against Northampton. Shrewsbury versus Bristol Rovers 0-0. Reading versus Exeter 0-0. Wycombe 2-0 against Burton. That's League 1. League 2, 2-0 to Accrington it finished. Bradford won 3-0. Bromley won 1-0. Carlisle and Walsall ended 1-1. Colchester won 1-0. Fleetwood won 4-1 away from home. Well, that game's in the last couple of seconds. Grimsby got a 1-1 draw against Tranmere. Morecambe got a 1-0 win against Wimbledon. Newport won 3-1 against Gillingham. Barrow won 2-1 away from home against Notts County. Port Vale and Harrogate's 0-0. Swindon was 2-2 against Salford. Oh, did Real Madrid just score? Oh no, that was their second goal. That was great scenes for the second goal. Oh, that was Diaz. Ah, okay. I looked up and I just saw Diaz score a goal and then he just run into the crowd. I was like, oh, did they just score a second goal? But it was just a replay. LTFC George put, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I never really thought much of Ethan Horvath. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any of his special moments. Yeah, he wasn't really a special goalkeeper, really. He was quite lucky that he had a really good defence in front of him, if I'm being honest with you. Like, you look at that playoff final, he didn't look like he could save any of those penalties, if I'm being honest. it felt like it just needed someone to miss for us to win that, and that of course did happen through Dabo just booting it like 60 yards up in the air. But yeah, he was quite an error-prone goalkeeper, and he was quite lucky he had a very good defence in front of him. But he's at Cardiff, and yeah, we get to see him very, very soon. Hopefully he doesn't have a good performance, and he has a very error-prone performance against us, and we can take full advantage of it. But that is going to be a good game for us, and hopefully a game where we take 3 points. That's for sure. But yeah, any more final questions, guys? I'm going to end the stream very, very soon. My throat is, I can see it hurting me right now. Well, feel it hurting me right now. It's getting quite dry. But any more final thoughts, final comments, fire them away before I end the live stream. Currently in the 90th minute in the Real Madrid game. Oh, they're clean through. Oh, Mbappe's got to do better there with that final ball to Modric. Oh, so that was all right. Mbappe, that ball should have been a lot better across the 6-yard box. Awful balls. It was put in behind. So, yeah. How will you not put that in front of him? That should have been right in front. Easy tapping for 3-1 in this Atletico derby. Well, in this Madrid derby. Mental, but Modric, nice. He needs to work the goalkeeper a bit better there. Free shot at goal. Yeah, needed to be a bit better. Right, 2 more minutes, guys, and then I will go. I'll go after the Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid game. Feel free to ask me anything. Oh, is that a corner to Atletico? Oh, goal kick. Wow. Need to figure out what video I want to make for tomorrow. Really need to think of an idea. Let me exit that off. I'm thinking of doing another. I might do like an EFL roundup video where I round up all the results from tonight, and yeah, just talk about certain teams, talk about the biggest news across the EFL over the last 24 hours. That might be my latest video. Richard's put latest Lewis, take care chap, and we'll always be supporting. Cheers Richard, thank you for your time and all your comments throughout the live stream this evening, much appreciated. But yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to do a EFL roundup video this evening. Well, make one this evening if I can, and yeah, get that out for tomorrow morning. If not, I might think of another idea. I need to have a brainstorm ideas. I thought of a really good video to make, but it's more like the ideas I'm thinking of are more for the summer. They're more summer videos where I want to think of videos for now, for during the football season when it's like kind of like relevant, because the videos I can make, they're more summer when there's like no football going on. Like I was thinking of making a video on, you know, the worst thing in every club shop in all the championship clubs, and do the same for League 1 and League 2, and just go through all like the worst items across all the club shops. I thought that would be quite a fun video, and just react to those types of items which people are selling. I thought that would be quite a clever one. So I had that as an idea. So I might do something like that. And then, oh, George just put, Edward said Tom Lockyer was close to returning but then got an ankle issue. What's your thoughts on Tom playing for Luton again? I think I feel quite uneasy if Tom Lockyer was to come back playing again, because you don't know if it's going to happen for a third time. Obviously, hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, it's a weird one. I think in League 1 he'd be quite fine, because it's a lot less physically demanding on the body compared to the Championship, because the higher you go up, the worse physically it gets to your body. So I'm unsure. I'm really unsure. He might be okay. Like Ericsson is coping fine with it. There's other players as well across the world, in fact, that are coping with it fine. But I wish him all the best, Tom, because I don't want him to, you know, collapse like he did. I really don't want that. So I don't think we all want to see that again. But we also want to see him play in a Luton shirt for a final time. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on it. But I'm going to end the live stream there. The Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid game has now ended. That's ended 2-1 to Real Madrid. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in to this live stream. Much appreciated. Over 1,200 people have tuned in, which is much appreciated. So thank you for all your support throughout the live stream. Thank you for everyone who's been engaging, liking, subscribing, commenting, everything. Cheers. Thank you so much. But I'm going to end the live stream here. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't know what it's going to be, but I'll think of something. And hopefully you guys all